Got to go look at some landscaping work this morning. Trying to switch it up a little bit. Cutting trees. I love it. Been doing it my whole life, but not being able to get any good help. I'm the only one who can do anything for the most part. It ain't something you can just trust anyone with, So I'm trying to get into some different work so I can actually get people to help, and I can put them on little harder tasks that doesn't involve putting a tree through a house if something goes wrong, or killing theirself, or the dangers that comes with cutting tree work. Anybody that does this for a living knows exactly what I'm talking about. Every move has to be calculated. You better know exactly what the tree's going to do before you even go to putting a saw into it. You better have a game plan. And it just gets old having to set the ropes by yourself. Just figure every single thing that has to be figured by yourself. It's nice. I see some of these big YouTube channels on YouTube, like Guilty of Treason and August Haneke. They got multiple climbers on their crew. Like, that must be awesome. I can't even find a climber to hire around here. I'm offering $400 a day for a climber and can't even find one. It's horrible. And, I'm not a climber. I've just always cut out of the bucket my whole life. I mean, I've climbed a couple trees. My knees ain't too strong. And it hurts me. And dang, that bucket's so nice, just being able to go from one side of the tree to the other in a matter of seconds. My bucket goes 72 foot. But I had so much work going on that if I could have found a climber and a roper to go with him, I would have just went and put him on a job, getting him to take down the tree while I went and worked on some trees. And then all he would have had to do was put it on the ground and maybe sawed up the logs to a certain length or something. And I would just come back and clean his mess up after I cleaned mine up while I got him started on another job, and started making more money, but can't even find a climber. I mean, offering $400 a day out here in Tallapoosa, Georgia, which, it don't help being in the poorest county in Georgia. All the climbers are out in Atlanta metro. They ain't wanting to come out here and work for pennies on the dollar. But, that's a forgotten trade that just isn't taught. I'm going to try to teach my son to be a climber. Even though I'm not one, I can still teach him how to be one. I mean, I can show him everything he needs to know. If he's got it in him, he'll have it. If not, then he won't. I wanted to be a climber my whole life. My dad never wanted me to do tree work, ever. He always discouraged me from doing this with him. All I was allowed to do was drag limbs. I couldn't even run a saw till I was 17 years old for the most part. I always wanted to climb trees. He would never let me. I mean, I remember him hiring, he would used to get 100 calls. Hey, I'm a climber. Let me come climb for you. All right, well, let's see what you can do, And then one time he had a kid come that was my age, and he let that kid actually try to climb. And I was so jealous that it wasn't me getting that chance to do it. I was about 17, 18. And, of course, the kid couldn't climb. He couldn't even do what we needed done. My dad wound up going up there and doing it, and he ain't a climber either. Like, he's probably climbed a few times, but as far as being a legit climber, definitely not. But anyway, I just figured I would talk a little bit about tree work this morning, and I got a landscaping job to go look at. I'm trying to get me a Mini X, who would make doing tree work a lot easier also. With a thumb, just being able to run it into that chipper and not have to spin sideways like I do on the Bobcat. And, it would just open me up to a lot more line of work, like running septic lines and French drains and just stuff like that. That's stuff I can do by myself. Ain't got to worry about help. Or if I do have help, I ain't got to worry about the risk, doing landscaping work, Yeah, don't stick your foot under a lawnmower while it's running, but for the most part, there's not even a fraction amount of risk compared to tree work. Well, all right, y'all have a good day.